Hello beautiful people, Oyinkan here, and today we're talking about my culture being a trend. This is not inspired by the Fufu challenge. This is a conversation that I have with my friends quite often. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications as well. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, wherever else I'm at, girl. Let's do a little OOTD. My top is from Express. Ultra top, isn't it cute? Cuteness. Earrings are the Sweater Weather Mini from the Befitting Style Effect collection, which is my accessories line. So these are handmade by me. I love saying that. Anyway, let's get right into it. So Fufu challenge is an exact example of why I do not care that the Nigerian culture is so popularized now. Let me give you a little bit of context. I'm 29 years old and I came to this country when I was 7 years old. Age of 7, I was put into the 2nd grade and I was made fun of every single day for being Nigerian. Every single day. See, this is something that I probably haven't really talked about. This is something I probably haven't talked about too much. I don't know if I've mentioned this portion of my life on YouTube before, but maybe I mentioned it in one sentence somewhere else before. But I'm gonna give you guys a little brief In the 2nd grade, I was made fun of every day. I had to fight every day. I took a school bus to school and back home. Well, to the bus stop where my mom would pick me up, the school bus stop. And I fought every single day. Why? For being Nigerian, being called African booty scratcher, all that stuff. Fighting. I didn't even want my mom to know that I was fighting, so I tried to hide it from her. So I would just spruce up like everything was fine every single day, right? And I used to love the Teletubbies. The Teletubbies were like the homies. They were like my people. So I loved the Teletubbies, and my mom got me my favorite Teletubby scrunchie, and she put it in my head that day, and I felt like the most beautiful girl in the world because I had a Teletubby scrunchie in my head. 2nd grade, killing it. That day while fighting, one of the girls pulled the Teletubby out of my hair and ripped it. So now my mom is gonna know I'm fighting. She's gonna know I'm fighting because when we got home, well, of course, she confronted me about the Teletubbies, about the scrunchie. So I told her, what's been happening. I've been fighting these girls every day. And it was always a group of girls. So it's technically, I guess, being jumped every day. If you want to put it that way. I don't know, whatever. So after the 2nd grade, I went to another school for other school years. So whatever, life got a little bit better with being made fun of. But on and off, I would still get made fun of throughout my lifestyle. Even as a teenager. In high school, I wasn't made fun of because my high school was very Caribbean and Hispanics. Literally, it was just a bunch of Caribbean and Hispanics, so it wasn't too crazy. There was some microaggression. I used to go to this church as a teenager, and there was some microaggressions that were said towards me and towards my family for being Nigerian. There were certain ways that people treated my mom. I hope she doesn't get mad that I'm saying this, but there were certain ways that people treated my mom for being Nigerian, for the way, people won't admit it, but there are little microaggressions here and there that because I went to a very American church. You get treated a certain way for being a Nigerian because your culture is different, because you do things different. So, because I'm 29 years old now, so for most of my life, I've been treated quite differently for being Nigerian, right? And it has always led me to be very protective of my culture. If you make fun of who I am, my immediate motive is to protect it. So when a few years ago, when Afrobeats became cool and the Nigerian culture became cool and now it's cool to be Nigerian, I'm not hip hip hooray. I'm not throwing a party about that. I'm not excited about it. I'm more so wait a minute. Y'all made fun of this. And as we all know, trends come in and out, right? One day it's cool to wear a tutu, the next day a tutu is tacky. Trends come in and out. So if now people are saying, hey, we like you now, share with us everything. No, I'm not sharing everything with you. Y'all made fun of me. And I was mostly made fun of by black people. My friend, I was made fun of by black people. It wasn't even it's white people making fun of me, so it's racist. Black people, and y'all know how pro-black I am. You see all the pro-black videos that I make. I'm pro-black to the bone, despite what I've been through as a dark-skinned black girl, because I was also made fun of for being dark-skinned too. But that's not even what this video is about. It's about being Nigerian. So to be made fun of for being Nigerian by other black people, and people make the excuse of, oh, but they were kids. As a teenager, there were microaggressions thrown at me for being Nigerian too. There were microaggressions thrown at me for my culture. And in my opinion, 16, 17-year-olds, you're not a little kid. You're this close to being an adult. You know what you're doing. But now let's fast forward to the Fufu challenge. So the Fufu challenge happens and people are eating iyán, amala, egusi. They're eating all these foods, right? And people are saying it's nasty, it smells bad. Of course, there are some people who like it and they're saying good things about it. And I'm not saying that, oh, because your taste palette is different, you can't say how you feel. There's different ways to say how you feel about another culture's food. To literally make a video about another culture's food and then bash the food the entire time is one thing to be like, that little thing I don't like when they, but everything else is, but to literally go in about, oh, this tastes like dog food, or this smells nasty, or this smells disgusting. Girl, don't try our food. Don't try our culture. Leave our culture alone. There's different people that did videos about this. Aaliyah J and her boyfriend did a video about it. I actually saw the video when it came out. I was just like, wow, I guess maybe your taste palette is different or something, because I really DK. This is why I'm so protective about my culture. My friends tell me all the time, like, people have changed, people are different. No, people are not different. People have not changed. People have not changed because if tomorrow being Nigerian is no longer the cool thing, being Nigerian is not trending, Afrobeats is not popping in America anymore, if it wasn't popping, if none of that was popping, guess what? Everybody will be on to the next cool culture, the next cool thing to emulate. And that's my thing. Being Nigerian is not super accepted right now. Genuinely, none of this is genuine. It's all trending, and my culture is not a trend. This is why I'm still super protective about my culture. This is why I don't jump up at every person who's hype or excited to learn something from Nigeria, whether it be the language or the dances or whatever, or the songs. I'm not hype. I'm not excited, or the way we dress. I'm not hip hip. No hip hip hooray. No yay, finally you guys like me now. I don't care. Okay? And people don't understand. People tend to think that maybe I'm being bitter or I'm still angry about what happened in the past. I'm not angry. I literally moved past what happened to me in the second grade and beyond. I moved past it once. I'm a forgiver. I forgive people and move forward. I may have nothing to do with you ever again, but I forgive for myself, not for you, for me. Forgiveness is for me. So I forgive, but I'm not stupid, so I'm not going to have anything to do with you for you to continue to do what you've done to me over and over and over again. So I forgive and let you go. But I'm not going to forget what you did. And if I forget some of what you did, I'm always going to remember how you made me feel. My culture is not a trend. I need everyone to understand that. My culture is not a trend. Y'all don't get to pick up Nigerian ways and drop it when you feel like it. Drop it when it's just not cool again. Drop it when the food smells, when you think the food smells nasty now. It smells nasty now. It's nasty. Yeah, my culture is not a trend. So if anyone ever wondered why I'm not comfortable sharing things about my culture, I'm not saying even sharing on YouTube, because I share a lot of stuff on YouTube that I don't share anywhere else, in my opinion. I don't share much with friends or anybody who asks me stuff about my culture. I just be like, I'm not amped to share it because y'all like it for now. Y'all like it for now. It's cool now. It's cool now. What happens when it stops being cool? What happens? That's all I got to say about that. Make sure you subscribe, turn notifications as well. Let me know what you think about all that I've said down below, girl. It just is what it is. Like, it is what it is. That is what that is. And that's that. Some may think I'm over exaggerating, but unless you've been treated badly for your culture by other fellow black people, who then in turn want to now be down with your culture, unless you understand how that feels like, you may not even get it. You may just literally think I'm over exaggerating, and you're entitled to your opinion, but I know how I feel, and I'm going to continue being how I'm being, and that just is what that is. So I'm going to always continue to protect my culture, because my culture is not a trend.